there! Welcome to another episode of Galaxy Gardens. My name is Chrissy and I thought I would take you on a garden tour today. There's not that much going on outside, but we're starting to do a lot of food preservation, so let's go check it out. Okay, girls. Yeah, it's so big. If you might be wondering why it's so echoey, if you can see behind me, we're in the middle of a renovation. We're doing some painting, getting some floors in. This is a pretty bad carpet, not a fan. Yeah, so the house is like totally blown up right now, but let me show you what we're preserving, then we'll head outside. This is actually pretty good timing that I'm shooting this video today because this is day 4 of these ferments going. Made kind of like a mock kimchi, just with the variety of cabbages we grew, as well as some more traditional sauerkraut. So we gotta taste test it and move them to the fridge. Honestly, looks and smells pretty good. I haven't really opened these, which is good, because the more you open them, the more you can get bacteria in them. They look pretty good. And then this one, it does have kind of a funky color, but that's because we mixed like a bluish purple cabbage with green cabbage. So let's do a taste test. We also still getting some berries and stuff, so doing pretty good in the harvest zone. Okay, taste test number 1. We got our weight out. We put some onion and different colored cabbages. I don't even remember. I know the purple one's mermaid's tail, but let's try it. Well, it's pretty good. I think I put too much salt in it, but that's okay. I can always soak it in some water if I want to do it, but it's very crunchy, tastes good. I'm not going to push it with the fermentation this year, so I might give it till the weekend, and then we'll put it in the fridge. Okay, number 2. Just get a good piece off the side here. These are all different forks, by the way. All right, let's give it a go. I feel like that one's just okay. I don't know. I forgot to wilt the cabbage before I mixed it up with everything. So let's try the other one. Okay, here's the second one. Let's give it a try. I really wish I wilted the cabbage, but it was better. I think I'm also gonna give these some more time. I think they definitely have a more full-bodied flavor than when I made everything, but I think I'll just let everything go to the weekend and then we'll do it again. We've honestly been doing too much, way too much. We did our chicken build. It's harvest season. We're doing a renovation, so we're trying to take it easy and might have some delays in videos, but let me show you how everything's doing while I let the girls out. Hola. Let the girls out. Clyde's almost done molting. Wally's molting, but she doesn't look as dramatic about it. We've been letting them free range together. Let's get my freaking lock open. There you go. Come on, ladies. We've been letting them free range with the chicks. And honestly, it's kind of funny. So Wally and Meatball are amazing with them. They're like big sisters. I love it. Puffball. Bertha keeps him in line. She won't peck him, but she'll like make them think she's gonna peck him just to get him to move. But Clyde is honestly being a jerk. She's been pulling tail feathers, which I think she's just jealous. But what are you gonna do? They've been out here together for about over 3 weeks. There we go. So we'll be integrating them soon. They're almost as big as Wally is. So they'll be able to hold their own. They do pretty good. But they've just about doubled their size from a couple weeks ago. And they're doing very well. Right, Meatball? Although they have figured out how to tear all my buckwheat down, so they've been doing that to eat the flowers, but that's okay. I'll let it go, they're just babies. Puffball's a real D-bag though. They just hopped on each other. So, it's about time to put them together. The garden itself is actually going pretty good, but I'm looking forward to putting them together so I can move this and just mulch out this whole area behind me with the fruit trees. But let me show you what's going on in the garden. We have our squash, our second round of squash that I planted is starting to flower. We're getting blackberries. And over here, you can see our bunching onions and cardoon are doing awesome. The cardoon's not going to be ready for another month, maybe more. It'll get bigger than it is right now. We got some poppies growing. Tobacco's looking good. Our Baltic rose potatoes are almost ready to go. If the chickens stop digging them up. You can see right here. That's on me. This is not the best place I could have put these, but that's all right. These are almost ready. This area we're really not going to deal with till next year. So they can scratch around to their heart's delight. But everything else is getting ready to harvest. It's not as aesthetically pleasing as past gardens we have, but it's very practical. Cabbages are growing back. We're still getting tomatoes. Our tomato trellises are falling over. That's okay. Planted some beets and radishes and carrots for the fall a little while ago. I think the first week of August, honestly, is the perfect time for us to have radish seeds to be sown because we grow big radishes. But we have multiple gallons of beans. These actually did quite well. These are Kentucky Wonder beans. Very prolific. They take a while to get going, but then once they do, whew, if I picked all these right now, I'd probably have another gallon of beans. I'm gonna let some of them go though, because I want some drying beans. The cowpeas getting ready to pick. I just saw something over here. Oh, here we go. That is a lima bean pod that I'm gonna take with me. I'm really excited. I've never grown lima beans. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Really excited for lima beans. So, our lima beans and the adzuki beans, which we're growing over here. We're growing those to get more because they're kind of expensive. So, that'll be okay. Yeah, tomatoes. This pepper bed's actually doing quite well. We have eggplant right there. All these peppers are coming in. There's a really cool pepper. I don't even remember what it is. You can see right there. See that? There you go. Look at that. That's freaking awesome. So, I'm just waiting for those to come in. This one, our metallic starfish are making a comeback. And our fatales are starting to perk up. It's not doing great. If you remember when we harvested all our beans, I said I'd leave them in because sometimes they just die and sometimes they got a flower. Well, you can see some of them went to flower. Some of them are starting to regrow a little bit, so we'll get some more. I gotta come through and harvest stuff. Same over here. Some of them didn't do well and some of them are flowering again. Some more radishes over here. And our jade bush bean. Look at that. I gotta come pick these two, like really bad. So I might do that when we're done here. I really like lettuce. A lot of people do. I like to let our lettuce go to flower, especially if it's one that I like, instead of pulling it, so I can get more seeds, because it's one of the easiest things to save seeds from. This is about ready to open. We're gonna wait till these tops are brown and then we'll harvest them. And I'll zoom in here, but it's also serving as a trap crop. Can you see those? Trap crop. Not harvesting any more lettuce from this, but it's keeping all those off my beans, which is awesome. We also tried a new type of sorghum this year, and it's about ready to tassel. This is Mennonite sorghum. Put some lettuce, radishes, and such down here. We have our first one over here, starting to go to tassel. Now these are supposed to have pretty big green heads comparatively to the ones we had last year, so we'll see how they do. Now that the tassel's starting to come out, expect in the next month and a half, definitely by like Halloween, we'll be able to harvest some sorghum, and we'll do our best to try to press the canes to get sorghum syrup and cook it down for sugar. But there you go. It's the garden. This is whatever this is. So let's go check on the chicks, make sure they haven't gone too far. Then I can come out, do some more harvesting. This hasn't been the best growing summer. I think if you ask anyone in the country, they'll agree. So we've had wind, rain, stuff breaking, stuff flying away, dry periods, and we do have some things we need to fix. Case in point, this just fell off. We used cheap materials, knew that going into it, but I gotta fix it. I didn't make the best tomato trellises either, so they're starting to fall over. That's on me, that's okay. Every day I'm coming out and find stuff like this. Just a tomato on the ground. It's okay, I'll wash it off. I'm gonna do a big tomato preservation and potato preservation session this weekend. So this will get put to good use. Chicken babes are doing good. A little rambunctious. They definitely need to move to the bigger space. Over here, our squash is coming to an end. We did have an attack of squash beetles, and I just ripped the leaves off. I had them on it, gave it to the chickens. So you see this if you're growing squash. This is a normal squash pattern for the type of squash we're growing. Okay, got some golden squash there. This is the difference between a natural formation and not. This is powdery mildew. So these plants are old, they get on the way out, but we're still getting squash. I actually gotta shred some more. Corn's doing good. Yeah. Bertha, you wrangling? Yeah, she's wrangling. She doesn't peck them though. They've been all next to each other. She doesn't peck them, she just chases them. This corn, looking good. Pears should be ready in the next coming weeks. I showed people this on Reels. I'll show you here. If you have a pear tree, and this is a green anjou pear, so these are ready around like September, October, and you don't know if it's ready yet, just take it very gently and hold it horizontally, and if it gives resistance, it's not ready. If you hold it horizontally and it just pops off, don't yank it, just like very gently lift it up. If it just pops off, it's ready to go. I'll finish ripening on your counter. Man, y'all are feisty today. Clyde, you need to finish molting because you are a grouch. I've been giving you so much extra protein too, so that's probably not helping. And by extra protein, I just mean grubs. Hi, Wally. Our nights have started to cool, so it's time for me to start cleaning my tent inside so we can bring in our fruit trees. Our Australian finger lime has a bunch of fruit on it. There's one more thing I wanted to show you out here, and then that's about it for the tour today. Over here is our little hodgepodge compost pile, whatever's growing. All of my potatoes I tried to save in the basement that all sprouted. I threw in the compost and covered them up and they all grew, so we'll get extra potatoes, I guess. I threw literally all of our watermelon and squash seeds in here. We're getting one pumpkin that's going to turn orange, is starting to turn orange. And under here is in fact a little bit orange. Doing really well. Gonna give it some more time. Do I know what it is? Nope. No idea. Thought it might have been a sugar bear pumpkin, or sugar baby, excuse me, or I don't even know. We'll have to see when it's ripe. I don't even remember what I bought, but we had a bunch of vines and this is the only one that came out. I kind of want to talk about it, but not really. But if you could see here, all the way right there, about a month ago, we had a huge storm come through. Knocked one tree over. That tree took out 3 other trees, and then another one I think got hit by lightning and went down. So there's a jumble of trees over there. That's not technically our property, and we don't have the tools to deal with that stuff, but it kind of sucks because we used to have like a little walking path, and now we don't. And it seems like a giant fire hazard, so we gotta figure out how to deal with that. I can't even call a tree company about it because it's not our property, and the property it's on is not one rented tree companies can go on, so we'll just have to figure it out at some point. Well, thanks for joining me today. I know this is a pretty low-key garden tour, but I wanted to get one in before the end of August. We're gonna have a lot of preservation videos coming up. Harvest season's in full swing. We got our beans going, we got our tomatoes going, and before we know it, we're gonna be bringing all the corn in and everything else. Love this time of year, but it's hectic, and with a lot of things we have going on outside the garden, we got our hands full. But thank you for being here. I hope this was illuminating to you. If you want to check out other stuff we're doing, go to our Facebook page or Instagram. There's a link in the description where you can find all that stuff. If you like this video, please hit the like button and follow us if you don't already. See you next time.